projects greater than $50 million. The nominees are I-80, I-680, SR-12 Green Valley Road Overcrossing Project was led by Caltrans District 4 resident engineer Noel Aquino, De Silva Gates Viking Joint Venture Project Manager Matt Mascaro, and Global Leadership Alliance Facilitator Holly Parrish-Besner. Major delays, frequent congestion, and cut-through traffic plagued this project, which was to modernize and improve the I-80, I-680, and SR-12 interchange. Caltrans and its joint venture partner had to do some innovative thinking. At the very beginning, the joint venture suggested a value engineering change proposal for backfilling the abutments for the Green Valley Overcrossing at I-680 with lightweight fill. This innovative idea was later used to resolve a constructability issue also between the abutments at the Green Valley Overcrossing of I-680. The joint venture and Caltrans utilized another value engineering change proposal that not only saved the project $154,000, but also recycled asphalt grindings generated by nearby projects, including the Caltrans I-680 overlay. The project design gave few details for the switch from the old I-80 alignment to the new, so Caltrans, the JV, the city, and the California Highway Patrol worked together on a plan for several months before the switch was made to minimize its impact on the public. By partnering so closely with all key stakeholders, the JV and Caltrans were able to execute the final plan without a hitch.
San Francisco Oakland Bay Bridge East Span Marine Foundation Removal Project, Phase 2, was led by Caltrans District 4 resident engineer Brian Bohl, Kiewit Manson, a JV project manager Zach Riley, and Ventura Consulting Group facilitator Jim Eisenhart. How do you remove 20 to 60-foot piers from an old bridge in water ranging from 10 to 50 feet deep, safely and responsibly? That was the challenge facing Caltrans and Kiewit Manson, who decided to repeat the same explosive demolition used on the previous pier removal project. The project's sheer size and complexity required the partners to coordinate the work with many nearby property owners and other stakeholders. And they had to ask the various permitting agencies involved for certain changes to the previously approved work plan. The pier demolitions were initially scheduled to take place over 3 years, but the project team managed to complete the project a year early. 13 of the pier blasts were originally scheduled over a 2-year period, but the project team worked to achieve this in one blasting season, with only 6 blasts. Caltrans and Kiewit Manson had to mobilize massive marine operations for each blast. Their extraordinary team effort was well rewarded, as they completed the project 257 working days early and shared in the savings of millions of dollars.
Mud Creek Landslide Project was led by Caltrans District 5 resident engineer Rick Silva, John Madonna Construction Project Manager John Madonna, and Ventura Consulting Group facilitator Neil Flessner. In May of 2017, Mother Nature enlarged California's Big Sur coast by 16 acres and 2,400 feet of new shoreline in one massive landslide. More than 5 million cubic yards of material slid down into the Pacific. The closure of Highway 1 impacted local businesses and was a traffic nightmare for everyone. John Madonna Construction worked 12-hour days, 7 days a week, from mid-July of 2017 until the highway reopened in July of 2018. Smooth coordination, swift conflict resolution, creative thinking, 100% accountability, trust, and great communication between all stakeholders, all these partnering best practices were hugely important on this emergency force account project as the project team dealt with the continually moving landslide and threats to worker safety. The team developed a safety protocol and built a 2,000-foot-long, 40-foot-tall rock revetment, as well as embankments, cut slopes, berms, culverts, and permanent access roads above and below the new roadway. Despite more than 10 revisions to the final alignment, the project came in ahead of the charter's goal, and the highway reopened in less than 14 months, all because of this team's great partnering.
I-5 South Widening Carmenita Segment Project was led by Caltrans District 7 resident engineer Peter Lee, Flatiron West Incorporated project manager John Hadley, and GreenCom Incorporated facilitator Dennis Green. As part of an expansive widening of Interstate 5 in southern Los Angeles County, this project added an HOV and mixed traffic lane in each direction and increased the Carmenita Bridge overcrossing from 2 lanes to 10 lanes. From the start of construction, the project encountered utility relocation issues that disrupted the work, which was supposed to be performed in stages. Instead of suspending the job during Stage 1, Flatiron collaborated with Caltrans on the drainage and sewage system. The partnering process enabled Caltrans to fairly compensate the contractor for additional costs under a change order and minimize the overall delay. Right-of-way was another obstacle. Legal issues made some parcels unavailable and others were not demolished. Caltrans and Flatiron, working together, were able to keep the project on track by coordinating and planning work in other available areas. The partnership, local utilities, and the cities of Santa Fe Springs and Norwalk collaborated on resolving environmental issues, removing power poles and underground lines, and completing work in areas out of stage. Their efforts were a success, and the project was chosen as the 2017 California Transportation Foundation Award Freeway Interchange Project of the Year.
I-805 North HOV BRT Design-Build project was led by Caltrans District 11 resident engineer Steve McMillan, Skanska USA Civil West project manager David Sharpnick, and Feastech Global Leadership Alliance facilitator Sam Hassoun. For more than 3 years, this complex widening project on high-traffic I-805 tested everyone's partnering skills. The designer, Skanska, Caltrans designers and staff, as well as third-party stakeholders, collaborating and innovating with a design-build delivery method that was new to District 11, they overcame delays caused by an adjacent contract that was more than 18 months behind schedule. In the end, by communicating effectively and applying the problem-solving skills learned in partnering sessions, the team was able to open the new southbound HOV lane 1 year ahead of schedule and all of the HOV facilities on time. To incorporate new drought and recycled water requirements into the project plans, the team needed approval from the Department of Health Services, a third-party stakeholder. This could have delayed irrigation work, but Caltrans helped Skanska engage with the department, and the work was completed on time. The project team's total commitment to partnering created such unit cohesion at their co-located office that when the office had to be moved, the team was able to continue its field operations with minimal disruptions.
State Route 76 East Segment project was led by Caltrans District 11 resident engineer David Cortez, Ames Construction project manager Kurt Scanlon, and Creative Alliance Group facilitator Leonard Steinberg. When a project involves not just highway widening from 2 lanes to a divided 4, but building wildlife crossings, bridges, and a median barrier, as well as protecting more than 1,600 acres of habitat, smooth partnering becomes vital to ensuring everyone's safety and minimizing disruptions to the public and local businesses. On this project, Caltrans and Ames were able to resolve differences over specifications and incorporate alternate design elements, such as a temporary park and ride. When a planned stop sign was eliminated and replaced with a signalized intersection 2 weeks before the switch to the new alignment, Caltrans, Ames, and subcontractor Perry Electric collaborated on construction phasing and materials procurement. The project team also took immediate action when a storm and fire destroyed a mitigation area at the project location. Working together to restore the area without impacting the schedule, the team successfully implemented more than $80 million in environmental mitigations and roadway enhancements.